This is the final Digimon Survive video in 2020. It's been, how do I put this? A journey. You know, full of lies, shattered dreams, and just overall disappointment. I'm ready for 2021. So what I want to do for this video is recap all the information that we've gotten thus far on Digimon Survive. You know, I was surprised to find out there are some of my boys out there that actually don't know much about Survive, right? But they're excited for it. But I think that might be my fault because I just talk about it all the time. So, you know, just know, my boys, when 2021 hits, I am on the prowl, night and day, refreshing every and any news website looking for Digimon Survive news. I swear to God, I'm gonna be on that shit. If you didn't know, spring 2021 is when Bandai Namco has said we can expect some Digimon Survive news. Spring officially starts on March 20th and ends on June 20th. So between that time, we should expect some news on Digimon Survive. Unlike the two series that we're used to, Digimon Story and Digimon World, Digimon Survive is bringing a new mix to the table. For this game, they're going to be adopting a grid-styled, turn-based game. Throughout all the information that you're going to find about Digimon Survive, it's described as basically having two distinct parts. They refer to it as the drama part, which is basically just the story, and the battle part, which is the gameplay, the combat. The big reason why Digimon Survive has been heavily anticipated by everyone, really, Digimon fans and non-Digimon fans, is the connection between these two parts. The choices you make during the drama part are going to affect the conditions of the battle or even change the circumstances. Producer Habumon, my boy, wanted to incorporate the Digivolution of partner Digimon through character development as seen in the Digimon Adventure anime into the game system. Speaking of the game system, let's talk about that. As you probably have already heard, there's going to be about 100 Digimon, and Habumon has mentioned that the emphasis is on the story versus the aspect of collecting Digimon. As we've talked about previously already, the way that they're using older designs, maybe lesser seen / used Digimon that we've seen, you know, in our past games, that already makes the 100 Digimon not seem that small because it'll be unique ones or things we haven't seen in a while. So I'm not too stressed about that. Digimon evolve during battle by meeting certain conditions and consuming energy. This is obviously a little bit different than what we're used to, but again, that's the same way it happens in the Digimon Adventure anime. You seen something? That energy can be recovered in two ways: by attacking and by exploiting weaknesses. Those are obviously like the same thing, but in the information that I was reading, they kept labeling out exploiting weaknesses separate from just normal attacks. And what that brings me to believe is an attack might give you 1 energy, but if you actually exploit their weakness, you're gonna get 2, 3, you know, more than what you would get if you just simply attacked. And the other way you can recover energy is by talking to Digimon at battle. And overall, that's all the information that we've gotten about the gameplay system at this point, but to be honest with you, there's not much more we need to know. Anything more is just super in the weeds of what, you know, how it's going to play out, and I'm more of a person that likes to experience that as I play, learn it as I go, so I'm not too worried about that. And on top of that, when I think of other games like DECEIT, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, just those grid styled games, even Fairy Tail, the new one that came out this year, it gives me a very good idea, a very good feel of how this game is going to progress, right? And all I have to do is think about, okay, what if this was in Digimon's shoes? And that's essentially what Survive is giving us.
に関しては、そんな感じで一回ちょっと止めさせてください。
見たいなね。ちょっとここでなんか話をするともうちょっと見られる。なんかミニチュア感っていうかね、
そうなんですよね。
It's the story. It's the story time right now. Story. Touched on it briefly during the gameplay part, but the drama part, aka the story, is tightly intertwined with the battles, directly changing the outcomes or how they might play out. Right before we get into this too deep, I got most of this information we'll be going over for the story piece from the dev diary back in 2018, so directly from the source. You know, it's funny, I had a stream last week. I have a lot of ideas that just pop in my head, and I like to act on them, see how they play out. This is one of those times. I was like, why don't we try to predict the evolutions or maybe even just the Digimon that will appear in Survive? You can tell I didn't think that through too far. But what actually stood out from that stream was when we started looking into the characters, right? The main cast. We did see that introduction animation, so we do know everybody that's part of the main cast. Each character that we see in Digimon Survive could be mapped to one of the casts of Season 1 Digimon Adventure. And I just thought that was so interesting, right? I'm not saying identical, but I'm just saying like they have the similar vibe, they have a similar personality. So again, after reading up on Digimon Survive, I learned that the Digimon Adventure anime was a huge inspiration and essentially the goal that Habamon was trying to reach. Habamon mentioned in that dev diary that he spoke with the director of Digimon Adventure multiple times, and he was the one piece that helped him shape this game. You see, the goal of Digimon Survive that Habamon had in mind was to bridge the gap between the new fans that we've just received from the boom of Digimon Story, and then the old fans, the OG fans who enjoyed Digimon World Next Order. You know what's funny too? We just talked about Digimon World Next Order for give or take the first time recently, and his perspective on why Digimon World Next Order wasn't as loved as a story series is in line with what I was presenting in that video. So if you have not seen that video, I really do implore you to go check it out. And so through that, trying to bridge the gap between core fans and new fans, plus Digimon Adventure, trying to make it feel like that, he essentially came up with Digimon Survive. So if we talk a bit more deeper about the story, he refers to it as a text adventure. And really, just think of Danganronpa. They mention that while progressing the story, there are what they called free action parts. And the free action parts allows players to select where in the world that they want to go, so they can now choose which characters they want to talk to, and from there, the kind of events that will take place. And ultimately, this creates what he referred to as a classic adventure game with many branching parts. And that branching parts piece is the most important. The key feature of Digimon Survive is growth that changes based on choice. Multiple endings, multiple evolutions, Digimon evolutions based on how you play. And they mention that several, not one, not two, but several main characters may die. Shoo-wee! That's deep. That's deep. So with that being said, that's about all the information that we have been given thus far officially, right? I mean, to be honest with you, that's enough. Like, that's enough to get somebody to decide whether they want to buy this game or not. So if I were to talk about how I feel so far, firstly, I'm excited for the in-battle evolutions. I don't know, I'm a big tactical person. I do like my action games. I love my action games, but oh my God, do I love my turn-based. I love it when a game is a little bit slower paced, makes me think and that kind of stuff. I really enjoy that. So whenever you talk about evolution in battle, that just makes me feel like it's going to be kind of unique in a sense, right? Like you have to really think about and plan out your options and how you play. Talking about evolutions as well, I was thinking like, how will the characters be integrated in this game? Am I going to control my partners? All the people we're playing with, are they AI? Are they CPU? I'm not sure. But regardless, we saw it in Digimon World Next Order. One of the cast members was going a little crazy, so you didn't have the choice. It's kind of how the story went, but it gives you an idea. He was kind of hungry for power, and next thing you know, his Gulimon, I think it was, evolved into Skullgreymon, which was depicting evil. Like, he was kind of going crazy. He was turning bad a little bit, when theoretically he was supposed to go to Gallantmon. So that kind of thing has already been explored in Digimon games, but this time around, we're going to be in control. We might say something to a character, they don't like it, they run off. Next thing you know, they come back with an evil evolution. That's what I'm also excited for, and I think it'll be very fun to kind of share with you guys as well. Like, okay, this is how my first playthrough went. How did you guys go? And when I'm streaming it, you'll see my decisions and things like that. So I'm very excited for this whole multiple endings, branching paths type of deal. But overall, that's my thoughts. Let me know what's making you guys most excited for Digimon Survive in the comments below, right? I'm curious to know. But other than that, that's all I gotta go. I am starving right now, so I'm gonna go make some food, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, because we got more things coming. Digimon, obviously. So stay tuned, subscribe, like the video. I love you. Let me know what you're thinking. And that's all. That's all, folks. So I will see you all in the next video. Why was I moving my head so much? I'm going to stand still for the rest of the video. Peace.